3:30 in the afternoon and find out that 700 ballots have been cast. And you cannot cast more ballots than those accredited. But what simply happens in such case is that a polling officer in that case would tick as many names as possible in the accreditation register. And that basically was the only way to prove those people were registered. You needed nothing else, really. So what the card reader does, it eliminates that. It means that once you come to the polling unit and you are physically there, you get accredited. If not, nobody can tick it. And then that has removed that completely. So from an observer point of view, that is a tremendous difference. And it's going to make those who stuff ballot boxes or who put more ballots than are there have a big challenge, because they cannot put more ballots than those accredited. And those accredited have to be accredited with fingerprints, with a voter's card physically. So that would seriously restrict those who rig. So for us, that's a good development. Secondly, the issue of security for the observers, of course, is always a big issue. Of course, INEC says, okay, we have to take care of our own security. So, of course, observers, just like Captain Aliyu said, that we also have to find our own way to look after ourselves and to be security conscious. So, for example, observers have to be cautious. If you see contentious situations, you don't have to get involved. If you see places that are risky, you have to be cautious about going there. If you cross a river to go and observe something, you must have a way to get out of that place. So you need to do your investigation and exercise maximum caution.
All right, let me jump in here, pardon me, about the part where you talked about the thumbprinting. Now, the way out, some think that the incidence forms will be filled, because if your card is swiped, what happens in a scenario where, assuming maybe the polling officer decides to cooperate with a certain person and says, all right, yes, they can swipe their cards, those who maybe look for ways to beat the system. If you swipe the cards, if your fingerprints can be read, you fill incidence forms. So that excuses that part where your thumbprint has to come in. So if they bypass that process, isn't that a crucial part?
Yeah, it's crucial, but this is what I think. The incidence form is a form you must fill out and put in certain details of the voter.
I thought they said it's the INEC officials that will fill it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you have to, but you have to put in certain information there, which is quite different from just ticking an accredited register, which was before. So what's going to happen is, if you have 700, let's say, voters in a particular polling unit, and 100 turned out with the card reader, and 600 were used incidence forms, it would be very, very strange, and it would be very, very, it's not defendable.
But it's legitimate if you use incidence forms.
Yes, I guess it's legitimate, and it's practical, but it's highly improbable, because at that point, you can really tie whoever did it to something that is above the normal.
All right.
And at the end of the day, what that does is that it puts pressure on the person who would be induced to do that, to think twice.
Okay,
but
we'll just take a break.
Have nothing to think twice about.
All right, thank you, Mr. Adile. We'll have to take a quick break on this one, but we'll get more comments coming after this break. Join us again. Welcome back. Well, let me get one word quickly from both our guests. Final security tip for those who will be going out to vote on Saturday.
For those who will be going out to vote on Saturday, I want to say the first thing that you have to put in your minds is, for God's sakes, go out there and vote with your heads and not with your hearts.
Well, Mr. Ajilola, what's your final take on those who will be going out to vote, including observers as yourself?
Well, my final take is that we should be careful, exercise caution, don't take undue risks. Observers must not interfere with the process, as we know our job is purely to observe. I also appeal to INEC to please, if they can, provide us with observer vests. We always have vests in every election, but this time around, since we've been collecting our items, ID cards, we've been told there will be no vests. So we have 3 days left. If INEC can do something to provide observers with vests, it provides us the ability to be easily identified.
All right, thank you. We'll have to go. That's speaking with retired Captain Aliyu Omar, a security consultant. And then we also had Biodun Ajilola, election observer. Well, thank you all for watching. I'm Chamberlain Oso. Have a good night.